Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Flight Simulator 2024. This video is going to be a start of like a little mini series. I'm going to break it up in parts to keep it from, getting too long, okay? But what I want to say here in this first video and the rest of them is I'm going to show reasons why Flight Simulator 2024 is already the best flight simulator ever made. This is the best one in the series already, and I'm going to show you why that is. First off, I want to talk about some things too. Alright? I can't tell you how many people are going around saying it's unplayable. You've seen a couple of videos on my channel, right? How is it unplayable? I've been playing this game for hours and hours on end. I'm in the US. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. Crashed the desktop not once. I never did any live streams on my channel, but I could do that. But really what I'd like to do, they talk about long loading times. I would like to show you exactly how long, which maybe I'll say that for another video, how quickly I get into Flight Simulator here on my PC. And no, I don't have the highest end PC out there. We're going to talk about that too. Alright, and I don't know why people are having so many problems. I don't know why there's so much hate right now. It's unbelievable. And it's sad because this is a hobby for most people, and what I'm going to show you today in this video is a few, maybe a few reasons why I believe this is the best flight simulator made. I would like to think my opinion will hold some kind of weight because I have over 2,500 hours in Flight Simulator 2020. I've been playing these flight simulators since Windows 95. And I can already see it. I can already see this. So why are so many people blindfolded to this? I think maybe some YouTubers, sadly, I think some of them do this stuff. They'll make these videos and complain and say bad things about it because it gets some views. And I do think a lot of them do that. They don't care whether people buy this or not. All they care about is growing their channel. And it's a sad thing. If you got to go that low, you really shouldn't be running a YouTube channel. Because I will promise you, I will never do that. I'm just a tiny channel here. So not like it even matters. But I don't do this for money. I do this just to share my love of this hobby of Flight Simulator with other people who like the same. So I don't want to waste too much time. I'm going to try to keep this going. So I'll be talking about stuff as I go along. Shift C into the cockpit. And also, that's something people will complain about. Oh, I can't even get in the cockpit of my plane. Maybe you should look up some information or, do a couple of the videos. The training flights or whatever. Maybe they might show it in there somewhere, but you just hit Shift C, you enter, Shift C to exit. Now, you do this on planes that may not have the areas where you can click on, like right here. You can't click on the C to enter. And I'll talk about this in a short little video. Really short, not even 2 minutes. And by the time you see this video, it will probably already be posted, but that's that. Alright, so not too big of a deal right there. So let's get in here, the C-Ray, the mascot plane of my channel. Alright, and get this on. Avionics. I'm going to try to just go quick here. And I want to also make a mention here of, notice my performance, okay? Just take note of that. Alright, take note of the performance of this simulator and compare it to my other videos. Go pull up one of my old videos. The last one I had was when I flew around the Maldives, okay? So make note of that. Look around and And you're going to see, this is ultra settings. And I get way better performance on this. I don't care if I'm flying in New York City. I don't care if I'm flying in Bora Bora or St. Bart's or wherever. The performance is better on Flight Simulator 2024 than it is on 2020. On my PC, on my rig, it is. Okay? So, it's no sense in even arguing that part. Okay? Now, let's see. Let's go ahead and start the plane. I don't want to make it too long. Just try to keep it going on. Okay? And let's get the parking brake off. And we'll get the taxi in and get the plane going right now. All right. And now what I'm going to show you right here is another reason why. Okay, so notice I was walking around right there. You can't even do that in Flight Simulator 2020. And when you do, try to simulate it, just the surroundings, the trees and things just don't look as good. Look how good this looks. It's clearly nicer here. I mean, it looks a lot better than 2020, you know? So let's get in the air, okay? And notice, wind is really affecting me now. Whereas before, it wasn't quite as much. Because the wind dynamics are improving here. I can hardly, I mean, I have to struggle to take off. Look at this. Alright? I've been having some not so great takeoffs, okay? So let's get these landing gear up, okay? Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly over to one of the islands over here, okay? St. Bart's looks great in 2024. It looks great in 2022 as well, you know? But it looks better here. There is improvements, you know? And there's no doubt improvements. I mean, look at the detail compared to 2020. Alright? You know, textures, water, just everything. But I'm going to show you one big thing of why 2024 is such an improvement, okay? Watch what's going to happen now. I'm going to land over here by this island, okay? Alright. Watch what's going to happen when I land. I'm going to do a water landing, okay? And, hey, this is a Flight Sim 2020 plane that was automatically added when I installed 2024. This is not a default 2024 aircraft. Alright, so let's kind of try to get this thing down some. Let's just say you better make sure that you have your plane into the wind. And you better make sure it's not choppy when you're going to do a water landing, because the water physics are now there. And guess what? They work. Alright? Don't be surprised if I crash this plane right now. Don't be surprised. Because I have a hard time doing water landings now. I think I might have it. But the water's not too rough right now. Alright, man. I'm glad. Okay, because I tried to do a water landing in rough conditions yesterday out there by Sable Island, and it took me 15 tries, and it was going even more. Almost 20 tries. And guess what? It got to the point where I couldn't even land it because I kept crashing. The water was way too rough. The wind was blowing the plane around. So I had to change the weather to calm to be able to land. And check it out. Look at it hitting the waves, alright? So if you play Flight Simulator 2020, you will know. Look, and check this out. Look. The plane is actually in the... Look at that. it's stuck in the sand. Check that out. All right, and it's not always like that, but right here it is. Notice that. Check that out. And that's the first. All right. I could try to get over, but it might nose forward. Okay, there we go. Man, I almost crashed. So notice that, you know, it's things like this. Now, this looks a little rocky here, so I don't think it's going to show tire trucks. Man, I didn't realize how rocky it was. Maybe that's why I'm getting stuck, too. Okay? Yeah, so my plane is rolling back and getting stuck on the rocks, okay? I shouldn't have even pulled up on here. Alright. Let's just get the parking brake set, alright? So, I'm landing now just on a little island out here off the coast of St. Bart's, alright? That's what's happening right here. So, let's go ahead and do this. Alright? Get this plane shut off. I never did close this little hatch. I just was enjoying the fresh air. So, bam, let's get out. So, now, what we're doing, we're walking on this beach. And guess what? It looks great. It looks absolutely great. Look at it. Look at the ground. I mean, these rocks. The sand, the rocks here, the trees. This is just a nobody island out here, you know, in the middle of nowhere. And I tell you what, this is just something that really, really impresses me. So what I'm trying to highlight in this video is some reasons why Flight Simulator 2024 is the best flight simulator ever created in the series. You know, all of the hate and all of that, it really needs to stop, because I'm going to be honest, if you think that this is not the best flight simulator, if you know, I can understand now when, you know, the servers were down and no one could log in. You know, you kind of want to play the game. You know, I can understand that. You paid money for it. You want to play the game. Okay, but hey, it's fixed. I mean, at very least, what people could have did was just give them a little bit of time. Give them some time to fix it. Asobo and Microsoft, they went online and made a video not long after the release because people were throwing fits, you know? And they said, it's just a lot more than what we were expecting. So it exceeded. Our servers were overwhelmed. Instead of a few 100,000, they got a few million. But according to some people, it was a failed launch. Okay, put that in quotes. A failed launch. Being a developer, commercially, myself, I don't work for Microsoft, independent developer. But I can tell you, my dream is to have a title that I release, and that title, I'm expected to sell 100 copies, but that title sells millions, and I get overwhelmed. Man, that is not a disaster of a launch. That is a huge success. Huge. But what was a disaster was people not being able to get in to play the game. You know? So, they were just doing everything they could to get it to work. And the very next day, I got lucky and got in the very first day within the first hour. But after that, yeah, I was having problems. That's famous Q thing that people love to just hate plaster all over the internet, man. You know, they love to plaster it. They love to talk that shit, you know. But let me tell you something. I can get that part. But right now, it's fixed. Every time I tried, I got in. And not only I got in quick. Really quick. Alright, and it was no problems getting into this game. No problems playing this game. It's unplayable. Does this game look unplayable to you right now? Do you think this game's unplayable? How many more times do I have to play it to prove that point? I don't think it's my system. Man, I don't have no 4090 with 64 gigabytes. I don't want a 4090, by the way, okay? With 64 gigs of RAM, it's not necessary. I don't need that. I mean, I'm happy with my performance. You know, it looks good, it plays good, it runs better than 2020. And the only reason why I can think it does is because 2020 maybe was not as optimized as this. And they said that. And they were right. They said it's going to be more optimized better. More efficient, you know? Sometimes, yeah, sequels, a lot of times they come with way better graphics and things like that. And I mean, look at the detail here. This isn't the Grand Canyon. This is just a tiny island. I don't even know the name of this island. You know, and this is what it generated. This is how it looks. You know? This is how it looks, man. I mean, how can you complain about this experience in a flight simulator? I know how. Because you're just fucking stupid. I'm sorry for my language, but I really find it frustrating, man. You know? It's like, time and time again, this happens with games over and over and over again. It happened with Farming Simulator 25. That was released 1 week. It's marked on my calendar on November 12th. 1 week before Flight Simulator. And guess what people did? Barely played it, not even 2 hours, and ran on Steam and review bombed the fuck out of it. So what do they do on Flight Simulator? This is two of the biggest simulators released. The best simulators, you know? They tried to just, you know, to wreak havoc on, I don't know what they get out of it. Maybe some kind of weird satisfaction because, you know, constant complainers, you know, negative people who have an overall negative outlook on life and always complaining and bitching about something, you know. I had a feeling, sorry, but I had a feeling that this video was going to turn this direction where I'm going to be, you know, cursing a lot, okay? So, and you know, I don't normally do that. But enough's enough. So, like I said, they failed with Farming Simulator 25. They failed to whatever they were trying to do with that, you know. And by the way, I bought that on day one. Day one, I pre-ordered it. No, not even day one, pre-ordered it. And I've been loving it. And guess what? They're saying the same things. It's unplayable, all of this. But yet, here I am happily playing hours on end. I can even pull up my Steam account and show you how many hours I have played. Without issues. Just little minor things. Minor things. It's the same great game with added features. It's better than Farming Simulator 2022. Okay? And they did the same thing. And so, of course, they couldn't get on a server. It's a Steam review. It's a review of a game. I get that you're upset that it's not working, you can't play it, you can't get in the servers. But you're going to go on there and just slam, review bomb the fuck out of it. One after another. After another. I mean, it really, is it that, if you do that, I think you should just go ahead and get a life. Because if it pisses you more off that much to spend, what, $50, $100, $200 on something, and you bitch like you just bought a new car that's not working, and you don't even give them not even 24 hours to correct it, I'm not a fan. I mean, look, Microsoft pisses me off a lot with Windows and a lot of things they do, especially the MSN homepage. So don't say, oh, he must work for Microsoft. I'm an independent developer. I do that on the side, you know. But I don't work for Microsoft. It's independent. New Hope Games. That's what I am. All right. But this is a Flight Sim channel. I'm not here to sell my games or anything like that. We're here to look at this and enjoy what we're seeing. This is just beautiful. It's almost like a painting, you know. But it sucks. It's terrible, you know. Bad launch. This ain't working. It's unplayable. Worst fucking launch in the year, you know. Must like spreading rumors or lying, or maybe they like attention in a negative way. I don't really know. And like I said, it's not just people out there some of these channels, these negative YouTube channels, I notice comments on there, and people are, I mean, it's just disgusting. You know, I'm like, I don't even want to read that stuff. I don't want to go over there. I don't want no part of that. Stay in your own world. If you're negative, I mean, I'm looking to try to build a positive community around an awesome simulator right here. You know, and I'm just a tiny YouTube channel. I'm not trying to make it big. I'm not trying to be the next YouTuber. I'm just trying to show beautiful areas that I like to fly in Flight Simulator. So there you go. That's some of the reasons why getting out and walking around. Okay, let's summarize it up. Getting out and walking around, that's one reason why this is the best flight simulator. Let's just say that's number one reason. But it's not going to be in order like this is the best reason why. I'm just going to give you reasons, okay? That's why, one reason why I think that's big, especially for people who role play or do videos. Number two, the graphics are unmatched. This is unmatched, people. This is unmatched. Show me this island in Flight Simulator. I'll tell you what, I will show you this island. Let's do the same flight in Flight Simulator 2020. Don't get me wrong, I loved 2020, man. That was my favorite game, Flight Sim, until this one came out. But show me this island. It is not going to look like this. It's going to probably look like absolute trash compared to this. It's not even going to look like the same place. You know? So yeah, the graphics, number two, unmatched. Best graphics to date in a Flight Simulator. It's unmatched. Alright? Look at these trees. Okay? If you want an area like this in Flight Simulator 2020, you better go look for a handcrafted area. I mean, I landed my plane and I'm walking around an island. This is something I dreamed of doing in Flight Simulator 2020. It's something I dreamed of doing in any video game, to be able to fly around the world and just get out and walk like this. And to think some places you might see animals is even more impressive. Alright, so that's two reasons. Third reason, okay? I don't know if I can cover all of the reasons. There's too much to cover. So maybe the third reason here is the water physics affecting the planes. You saw it right there, okay? And you're going to see it a lot more in my videos. Guess what? Water physics were non-existent in Flight Simulator 2020. It did not exist. Look at the water effects. Look. Want to get closer? Squat down. Look. Seashells. Just, it looks like I am on the beach in real life looking down. I know because I live by beaches. Okay, that's where I'm on the Gulf Coast here. It looks like I'm looking down in the water, walking around on the beach. That's what it looks like. If this isn't a first-person shooter where you expect this, this is a flight simulator. Look. A flight simulator, okay? So, that's three reasons right there of why this flight simulator is unmatched. There's three reasons right there. It's the best, okay? Now, I'm going to make a part 2 video, and I'm going to show more reasons. This might end up being 10 episodes. Why? Because there's that many reasons why this is the best damn flight simulator that's ever been created. I don't know if there's some kind of commercial flight sim out there somewhere that I don't know about, but even if there is, I bet you it's not going to be like this. And guess what? I've just been doing free flight. Not once have I touched any of those other things. That's all extra. And I've been hearing it pretty good, you know? So do yourself a favor and maybe try to go back in here and enjoy the sim and stop listening to all of these haters and negative people out there who bitch and complain about every last thing. I mean, they must have a bad life. I don't know. You know, if you're that miserable, I mean, where you have to complain like that, I mean, that's pretty bad. Instead of, you know, doing that stuff, what you might want to do is take a deep breath and enjoy your surroundings. You know? I mean, I like this kind of stuff. Maybe people hate beaches and oceans or whatever. Or maybe they hate scenery. I don't know. You know? But, I mean, and you know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But don't tell me the game is unplayable. I mean, the only thing I can think of, maybe for some people it is. And if it is, I'm not sure why. I don't have the answer to that. But don't say like, oh, it's unplayable for us, or we want refunds, or I refund. Don't say we. You know, it's like, if you want that, say you want a refund. Because I sure as hell don't want a refund. Okay? I want more of this, man. I want more. More. Just give me more. You know? To me, I'll pay $500 for this damn flight simulator and be happy. If I would have paid $500, I would have been happy for this. With this here, you know? I mean, how can you be disappointed in this? Unless it, you know, I can tell you how you can be disappointed, though. On day one when the service, you know, you couldn't get in the service. I could understand that, yeah. I was a bit too, but I was patient because, you know, I'm always told patience. My fiance tells me that all the time, patience, because I'm not always the most patient person. But for this, I was patient. I was patient, hopeful, and I knew that they were going to get it done, and they did get it done. And they even made a video trying to tell people what was wrong, but it still wasn't good enough. It was such hateful comments. Oh, the guy from Asobo or Microsoft should be fired and everything. And if you're a miserable person, so be it. Don't rain that misery and hate on others. You know, I was raised better than that. All right, so that's all I have to say right now. This is episode 1, and I know there's going to be a lot of people that's going to say, oh, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, anything, but I don't know how you can argue because game's unplayable. It is. I mean, well, this really looks unplayable, doesn't it? It's crashing to the desktop. It's taking long to load. It got terrible performance. It looks terrible. Okay, whatever. And on top of that, writing those reviews like that on Steam is really bad. I really believe that Steam needs to do something about that. They need to at least make it so people can have to play at least a couple hours before doing that. Because the best thing people could have did was just be patient. Man, step back, turn. I know you played it, you're eager to play it. Step back, turn on 2020. Just play that a little bit. Give it a day. Just give it 1 day. 1 day is all you would have had to give it. Because this game is not broken, and it's not unfinished. Where you get that shit from? Unfinished. What is unfinished? Is it the missions? I mean, am I missing something? What's unfinished? Tell me. You know, tell me in the comments below. You know, I'm open to hear what people have to say. You know, but all you're gonna say is it's broken. You know, if it's not loading for you, I mean, I didn't make the game, so I can't tell you. But I'm just telling you from my experience, and a lot of others, that this game is totally playable. I done lost my airplane. Where did I land at? Okay, I walked around this whole island. All right, but. So we can leave it here. In the next video, I'm going to show you more reasons why Flight Simulator 2024 is the best flight simulator of the series, the best flight simulator ever made. And that's how it's going to be. The only time there's going to be anything that tops this is maybe when 28 comes out. You know, but until then, this is the best. and it's not gonna, no one's gonna change my mind. I saw this right away. If you look at my Bimini flight video, I saw it right away. Okay. So, once again, sorry for all of the cursing, but I do appreciate you watching. If you agree or you like it, smash the like button. If you don't, if you're like, oh, he's a jackass or whatever, thumbs it down. Tell me in the comments. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to delete your comments unless you really, really act like an ass. I'm not going to delete your comments. But, if you have some reasons why you think, oh man, he's wrong about this, and tell me, in case some reason I am missing something, but it's not too much to miss. The water physics are there. I mean, the points I'm making here are just 3 reasons why this is the best. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I will make another episode, and we'll look at some more reasons why. And until next time, bye for now.